Hello guys and welcome to this video. Today I've decided that I want to go and explore some new roads, one possibly two roads, and the first road is down here actually. Hopefully there isn't too many trees that have fallen on this road. Obviously I'm going to take it easy as it is the first time that I've gone down that path. And yeah, also it's important to mention, I think, that this is like the one nice road left that I haven't explored. Like most of the dirt roads and paths are like covered in bushes and like bush trails, and you probably even can't go faster than 40. We will see if I get to the second road, if that one is similar, or is also like bush and covered in bushes and rocks and trees, like rundown roads. But yeah, the reason why I'm saying that I'm possibly going to do two and not certainly is going to do two is because I want to be more time efficient today and see if I can make a little bit of a shorter video, because the first one was over 40 minutes long, or I think, or maybe little less than 40 minutes, somewhere around there, and that was over an hour of filming. So as you guys can see, it's a little past half two, or yeah, little past half two, and I'm going to try and film in 30 minutes or so. And before I go, I just want to mention that these handguards, they were like, or this one was bent up like probably to here, so it was facing more upwards, and you couldn't even take a hammer and just bend it back down. It had to be taken off. And the bike has also gotten a wash. I have to do air filter sometime, but I don't have air filter oil. And also this bike did have a leak at the sprocket or output shaft, like just behind the sprocket basically. Strangely, it's so we fixed that or replaced those gaskets like behind the sprocket, but strangely it still leaks a little, but it's like one drop every few hours. I've had like a small tray or something under the bike and it barely leaks any oil, and I guess that's just part of owning a KTM. I didn't get the KTM for reliability. I got it because it has hydraulic clutch, it has WSP suspension, which I think is the best that you can get on the market, and what else? Yeah, also the power unit on these is great. These 500s, great bikes. So hopefully it sorts itself out. We are speculating that we just filled the bike a little too much. So hopefully the leak stops and that gets sorted out, and then this bike will be 100% condition again. But let's get on. that was just my error. This is not too far from where I was in the last video. Basically in this direction is that viewpoint, or that like high area. Where am I? Yeah, I know this area. I haven't shown it to you guys, but I think I'll go back down here because there is another road that intrigued me at the start of this trail. That also didn't look too bad. So that is a dead end, but just a little down here is another road that looks similar to this one. Just there. I hope it isn't a dead end, because sometimes here in these forests or these plantations they like cut a few trees and create a road in to the middle of the plantation, but it doesn't go anywhere, and it's just for the machinery to get closer to the trees. This is what I talked about when I talked about the bush roads. It's like covered in grass. This one isn't even that bad considered, or you know, put next to other examples of that. Just have to go slow because I don't like riding in long grass. I want to see what goes on beneath my front wheel, basically. Sometimes I wonder if I would like adventure bikes at all, or I don't really. I prefer dual sports and dirt bikes, but my dad has a 690 Enduro, but it has a rally tower on it, so the front wheel you basically can't see it, and I haven't ridden that bike yet, but I can already tell that would be kind of an issue for me, I think, because I can't see if rocks are beneath, or basically at the point of this fender is where I want to see, okay, is there a big rock that goes in beneath, or even not that close, like maybe a meter forward. But with those rally towers you really can't see except if you're standing, because that one doesn't have a clear like windshield rally tower. It's plastic. It's like an old school Dakar bike from the early 2000s. something like that, or maybe like older 450 replicas that they use in Dakar and rally racing. Let's continue. This bike has some weird gearing. I think this is first gear, but it's like very snappy, very twitchy, so that makes it difficult to like lug or go somewhere. Looks like we're going to do a little bit of enduro / hill climbing. Yeah, I don't think I'm going downwards, but I'll go upwards because I can kind of see the path. It isn't too steep, a little steep, like I'm almost at the point where I can't hold the bike with my front brake, but I just have to sit on the rear wheel, keep my feet on the pegs, and then hopefully everything will be fine. It looks a bit like overgrown at the top there, but I'll just bushwhack through it. I hate thorns, but I'm already here, so I kind of have to get through it. Almost there. I think that's the worst part. I hope so. Okay. I don't know what to expect. Like, I can't see far before me, so, and it seems a little washed out. I just have to keep my momentum, but I'm struggling with that. I should have gone that line. That's stupid. Okay. I should be careful. I can smell the grass burning. This was stupid of me, because this bike is hot and I'm also hot, and to think I was all the way down there. This is why I don't do enduro. because I suck at it. And this isn't even difficult. On camera it looks even like easier than in person, but still. Okay, let me get out of here, then I can take a proper break. I don't want to just sit here. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Okay, back up a little, keep my weight in the rear, don't loop it, and here we go. Okay, that kind of worked. Why did I decide to do this? Maybe I should try and push it just to that side to see how that looks, because this is a washout. I mean, I am trying to not take the easiest simple route, but this is enough for me. Almost fell. Do I still have a tire left? I think I'm going to try and put it against a tree, and then I'm taking a break because this is insane. Just stand there. Okay, I'm back from my 10-minute break. Still feel very tired. I like how I just parked this bike. Like, that is just a great parking job. This tire is trying to do its best, I'm telling you. The funny thing is, when I was just down there, like, what is that, maybe 100 meters ago, I know, probably 20 minutes, but only 100 meters, I said, oh look, little enduro hill, enduro hill climb, hill type of thing. It's gonna be fun and I'm going to enjoy it. And then it turns out to be this. Like, I think this is the steepest part, honestly. Like, where I'm standing right now, that was kind of the easier part. and when I got to there, the bike just started to spin. But I have to say, this view is something else. Oh, okay. So, I don't know how this worked out. I've apparently skipped this entire area because that hill or that peak that I was on isn't there at the trees, but only a little to the left of it. At the top there is that peak where you can look down on everything, and I've basically gone somewhere on top of here today and gone down on the other side of that, of those trees, of those plantations. I went down, but this area, probably like a hectare or two, like completely missed. Okay, that wasn't too bad. This thing looks pretty well, so okay, I'm back on top of the bike. So that didn't that I talked about when I went up here and back down. Well, that is this hill. So that was fun. I just went down there, thought, ooh, a nice hill I could just magically climb up with no effort. And then it turned out to be more difficult than I thought. I think I'll go this way. Well, it turned out more exciting than I thought, which is great. You know, in the previous video I talked about talked about just creating content, whatever it happens to be that day, and I say that hopefully I will, you know, find something interesting for that day, or you know, something will cross my path that is interesting, figuratively, obviously, but today showed out how that would work, and I don't think every time will be as exciting as today, and I'll leave that second dirt ride for another time that I haven't driven or ridden. But that just showed it was a good ride, or at least a good experience, because if I haven't said, you know what, let's go and explore, and didn't have that false confidence in me to go up that road, it wouldn't have made for a great memory. And it's nice to just ride and talk with you guys on the roads like this. Like this This road I know out of the back of my head. I've been up and down this one hundreds of times, and normally I'm also going like triple this speed, like cooking it up and down this road, you know, obviously in a safe manner. I'm not, there's a ravine and I don't want to fall in that, so obviously it's about riding in your limits and in safe environments where you feel like, okay, nothing, very minimal could go wrong. Then you can say, okay, let's improve a little here. Maybe it is to learn wheelies or to learn pivot turns, or it could even be going fast. You have to be in a safe environment, and I think obviously going fast has a lot to do with, you know, just being brave and giving it throttle. But it also involves a little bit of skill. Yeah, skill as in to brake good and to be comfortable with your bike. I think braking, being able to use your front brake is very important. Most riders, and even me sometimes, especially when I got on this bike, I used the back brake way more because it didn't feel like I could get washed out, or the bike could go out underneath me. I think I'll just try a small wheelie. I've practiced a little. Wanna keep an eye out for cars. Yeah, I don't think I should practice that at the moment because I'm tired. This is the farm. I'll definitely make a future video here. I just don't know what exactly, and at the moment I prefer riding at like in the forest, in the plantations. And until next time, bye guys.